Homestand here in Sacramento. And, of course, Rob Williams. And you wonder how they'll do without him. We'll soon find out.
And to say the deal changes the look and the feel of this franchise, quite frankly, is stating the obvious. They are a vastly different team than they were just a few days ago. Obviously looking long-term rather than short.
Now Barnes. Paul George missing from long range. Pass to Sabonis. The kick out to Porter for three. And Horford pulls it down. A lot of focus on the guard matchup tonight, Greg. Both these teams rely... on their backboards to lead the way for them.
And if anything, it should make for an entertaining basketball game. And it becomes a little bit of a chess match when it's a backcourt duel. Those are always fun.
Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento.
You all know what time it is. Here comes your 916.
What's up?
Fans, let's give a big round of applause for your 916.
And the Kings look a whole lot different now than they did for most of the 21-22 season. And they were changes that had to be made.
Brown outside. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Night in, night out, Brown just makes plays.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. That one on Smart. Now when a team suffers a playoff drought like the Kings have, Greg, you can expect some major moves.
And you just hope they can find some stability, Kevin, moving forward. This is a team that's gone through 12 head coaches since the last time they made the playoffs.
Porter looking it over. Outside, marking it. Sabonis inside. Misses from short range.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
Outside, Tatum. To the paint. Here's Horford. And finished off by Horford.
Impressive ball handling from Tatum. Attracts the other team's focus and then finds the open man.
To the inside. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. Takes the three. Good on the triple.
And expect smart plays like that from Van Vliet. He is a clever floor general who knows how to create.
And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Boston. Richard, haven't we seen a lot of growth in Jason Tatum's game? He gives credit to the late Kobe Bryant for that.
Yeah, he was fortunate enough to train with Kobe Bryant, and sometimes he reminds you of a young Kobe. He clearly absorbed a ton of information from him.
For Boston, they have shot just one free throw earlier, 1-for-1 in the game.
And many thought Horford's days were over after his OKC stint, but showed he can still be a difference maker in Boston. And boy, was he a huge part of their final run.
Now here's Barnes. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
Second team foul.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And it's Van Vliet, top of the key. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Horford may not be as consistent as he once was, but Greg, he shows up when you need him the most.
You know, he had several big games for the Celtics in the postseason. Great shooter who can really space the court for you. Still also a top-level defender at the rim, and he helped define their interior defense.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touched by Sabonis.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
Here's Smart. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist.
For a guy who's still working on his range, love to see Smart attacking on the interior.
Screen by Sabonis. Got a piece of it. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin. The Kings head coach gave me a few minutes. This is the first meeting of these two teams, so he didn't know exactly what to expect. But he does know that he wants his guys to attack offensively. He feels their success on that end will dictate their success through the game. So, guys, we can expect them to be aggressive from early on.
Appreciate that, David. Interesting report there, GA. The team focused on what it can do offensively.
Bottom line, in this league, you have to score points. Sounds like they have a plan.
Yeah, well, you better not ignore the other side of the ball. It doesn't matter how many points you score if you get absolutely no stops on defense.
And Jason Tatum seems, GA, like he's on the verge of being a superstar in the league.
And Kevin, some would say he is already there. It feels like he's going to win an MVP in the next 5 years. He's already shown he can lead a team to the final.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And finished off by Porter.
And he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open. You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough. And how about Jaylen Brown, part of that young core for the Celtics?
Yeah, he's been through a lot with this young group of guys. They've grown together, they've come in together, and they've gotten better together. And you've seen the production of Brown increase because of it.
Markkanen from outside. Celtics leading by 10. Outside, Smart. The deep three from Tatum. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Tatum's got 8 points.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Pass to Markkanen from downtown. Good on the three-point shot.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
And so it...
22.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Boston. The Kings trail by 12. There's a screen. Pass to Herter. The tray. Here's Sabonis. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
You have to know where Sabonis is. Really box him out. He's so good on the offensive glass.
Over in the corner, Brown. He takes it in. And Brown throws it down hard.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
Richard, safe to say you were a pretty good defender in your day, so tell me, who was the most difficult player you had to defend?
I have had to guard some of the best scorers in NBA history. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, but there is nobody like Kevin Durant. His height, his skill set. KD is probably the most unguardable player we've ever seen.
All Hall of Famers. Wow.
Taking two.
And Marcus Smart, GA, the very definition of a guy you love on your team, but hate to play against.
Yeah. And teams that go deep need that sort of presence. Smart is more than just an agitator, though. Great player who anyone would want to play alongside.
Now here's Conley. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. 5 to shoot. The Kings need to get off a shot here. Herter, no good. Celtics leading by 11. Here's Smart. Out to Gallinari. For the three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Gallinari's got his first 3 points of the game.
Love how confident Gallinari is. Knows he's out there to take these exact kinds of shots.
They set the pick. Pass to Herter. It's up a three. That one misses.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Count the basket. Kennard's got his first bucket in this one.
And this is where Smart has really improved. The game's slowed down for him. He's playing under better control. Nice pass.
And the ball out of play. The Kings will inbound. Both teams will make substitutions. So the Celtics call timeout. They're first. And Greg, up and down this Celtics roster, so many of their key players were drafted by the Boston Celtics.
And Tatum and Brown at the core, but also credit to their front office. Rare to find a powerhouse built from homegrown talent.
And so it's Sabonis who brings up the ball for Sacramento. It's a 16-point game. And Scotty Barnes, the Rookie of the Year in 2022 in the NBA.
And you could argue he was maybe the biggest surprise of the 21 draft. Made a huge impact on the floor immediately. If you did a redraft of that class, he'd be closer to the top.
Boston leading by 14. Outside Tatum. In the corner, George with it. Off target from outside. Outside Conley. Lets it go from deep. Connects from three-point range. Conley's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. The high post shot. And another miss by Boston.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
And he trims the lead to single digits. Van Vliet's got 6 points.
And count on Van Vliet to hit that three-point shot. He's an efficient scorer from beyond the arc. That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Now here's Van Vliet. He has 6. Count it.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Here's Tatum. That one doesn't go. Nice D from Porter. The Kings trail by 8. Back to Conley. .104 left to play here in the half. Back to Sabonis. That's in there. Conley with the assist. 6 point for Sabonis.
He was inside his own head in that first quarter. You could see it. Now he's doing a much better job of letting the game come to him.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
And the game of basketball is one of runs. And right now, this one's definitely not over.
Barnes outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Celtics leading by 8. There's 31 seconds left here in the second. Back to Kennard. The offensive rebound. And the dunk by Horford.
The veteran instincts of Horford just has a great feel for how to position himself on the offensive board.
Barnes the screen. Rebounded by the Celtics. At one point, they led by 16. In the corner, George with it. And so we conclude the first half. Celtics lead by 10. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. The Kings trailed by 10. Van Vliet looking around. Herter, no good. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, guys. Now, Marcus Smart is not shy with his philosophy. He says it takes little talent to play defense, but a whole lot of want to. Get every 50-50 ball, take charges, be a great teammate, compete, never be okay with losing. Kevin, he has always walked the walk, too.
He has Defensive Player of the Year. He's a terrific player. No question about it. David, thank you. Tatum, no good.
Well, the father of Domantas Sabonis, Arvydas, named to the NBA 75 All-European team. Arvydas 7'3" and just so skilled.
Markkanen. And the layup's good off the glass. Markkanen's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Kings. And slam dunk by Tatum.
See, this is what Tatum is capable of. Look, he is a sensational scorer. Like, we understand that. But when he gets into a rhythm. Whew.
And stolen by Horford. Tatum's shot is off. And, Greg, what was it like playing with the 7'3" Arvydas when you were in the NBA together?
Kevin, we had a couple of years together in Portland, and I'll tell you what, he was an incredible passer. Really made me a better cutter because he was the first guy I played with that could make all the passes no matter where he was on the floor.
Clock at 2. And here's Van Vliet from the arc.
If they want to come back, he needs to be better.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Here's Horford. And Domantas Sabonis pulls it down.
Out of halftime, not the way you want to execute, just 1 of 5 from the field.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Boston timeout call. Please welcome to the floor, your 9-1-6 crew. Show some love once again for your 9-1-6 crew dance team.
And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Sacramento Kings. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Three-pointer. Drills it from outside. Porter's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Hey, Richard, as soon as your playing career ended, you got right into this business, into broadcasting. When did you decide that this would be the next step?
Well, the first time is when I thought I was going to be out the league, and so I started doing more and more work until I retired in 2018. So it started way before I retired.
That laid the groundwork for you. Good job. The Kings trailed by 7. Van Vliet outside. Screen by Sabonis. Van Vliet outside. Pass to Porter. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And the technical free throw is good. And Fred Van Vliet, a player who has always shot well from outside.
And Kevin, Van Vliet has continued to kind of take on more of an offensive load. Increase the volume while maintaining efficiency. Not every player able to do that.
This is the definition of forcing it. He's trying to get himself going, but taking tough shots just won't do it.
Jacks up a three. Here's Gallinari. It's good. Gallinari's got 5 points so far.
And with good height for a wing player, Gallinari gives defenders problems down low.
Adams brings the double team. Here's Sabonis. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Boston leading by 8. White wide open. He fires. And a miss there on the triple. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Now Tatum, after the missed three from Derek White. To the middle. Here's Horford. Off on the layup. The Kings trail by 8. There's a screen by Porter. Back to Herter. Lets the three fly. Doesn't go that time. So the Celtics will take it the other way. At one point, they led by 16. Brown outside. A three-pointer is right on target. George has got his second bucket.
Proving he's more than just a go-to scorer. Brown also loves swinging the ball to open teammates.
Kicks it out to Markkanen. There's a screen by Porter. Over in the corner, Barnes knocks down the three ball. Barnes has got 7 points. And so it's Boston holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their shooting has been the big key.
36. The Celtics, 44.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Boston leading by 8. On the wing, George. Here's the three. Sacramento grabs the miss.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
Conley surveying the D. Back to Porter. Here's Herter. The three-pointer, no good.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Outside, Horford. No good on the triple.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Now Porter. Outside, Markkanen. Sacramento moving it around. Pass to Porter. Just 5 on the clock. Barnes outside. Misses the three.
Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space.
Herter with it. Now guarded by Smart. George. Oh,
yes! And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
Here's Herter. Offline with his three.
You cannot play worse offensively, although he's trying, and he hasn't made one shot yet. I feel for him.
Here's Horford. No good on the three.
He's been off. Still, they're up, so not all is lost.
Pass to Markkanen. Good, and a nice assist from Porter.
The awareness, something people don't always talk enough about with Porter. That's a great find there.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Both teams deciding to change it up. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the head coach for Boston had some instruction for the guys during the timeout. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
Thank you, David. Back to Van Vliet. From past the arc. The shot by Marketing, nobody around. A three-pointer off the mark.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
Back to George. Pass to Horford. Smart, wide open, he fires. Offensive rebound. Outside, George. Three-pointer. The shot, no good. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. And here's Conley outside. The rebound by Steven Adams. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
And finished off by Horford.
No chance to shut that one down. Horford's reach made that play unstoppable.
Outside, Porter. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're leading by 8. There's 1:38 left to play in the final quarter. And the Celtics making a change here. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. George double teamed and stolen by Barnes. Van Vliet outside. Pass to Barnes. To the right side. Now here's Van Vliet. Clock at 4. And here's Porter. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. George with no one around. The kick out to Tatum. Pass to George. George double teamed on the wing. Brown launches a 3. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist.
3 points.
And the Celtics lead by 11.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
And as it should be, to be this dominant on another team's floor, look, when you go home, you're going to go home feeling good.
Outside, George. Pass to Tatum. We've got 22 seconds left in the game. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.